So this is the first confirmed case of COVID-19 caused by the Omicron variant detected in the United States.
The first known U.S. Omicron case has been found in California, U.S. health officials announced on Wednesday. The patient, who was fully vaccinated but did not have a booster shot, has mild symptoms, according to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top U.S. infectious disease official who briefed reporters at the White House.
The individual was a traveler who returned from South Africa on November the 22nd and tested positive on November the 29th. The individual is self-quarantining, and all close contacts have been contacted, and all close contacts thus far have tested negative.
For days, U.S. health officials have warned that the new variant, first detected in southern Africa and announced on November 25th, was likely already in the United States, as dozens of other countries also detected its presence.
The profile of the molecular profile of the kinds of mutations that you see would suggest, A, that it might be more transmissible and that it might elude some of the protection of vaccines. But we don't know that now. We don't know what the constellation of mutations are actually going to be. We have to be prepared that there's going to be a diminution in protection.
Fauci said it could take 2 weeks or more to gain insight into how easily the variant spreads from person to person, how severe it is, and whether it can bypass the protections provided by vaccines.
The receptor binding domain has been changed now with 10 mutations there. It's simply not going to be as infectious. In fact, the early reports from Dr. Fantini and Marseille University in France indicate the transmissibility index of the Omicron variant is far less than Delta. And so it doesn't look like it's going to have the evolutionary efficiency to become a dominant strain. I think it's going to be like the Lambda and the Epsilon variants previously described during the most recent year in COVID-19. It'll become a minor variant. So I certainly wouldn't be looking for wrapping up on new vaccines or boosters to try to target this variant until we have more data.
But they're actually doing that. I believe a number of vaccine manufacturers are on the hunt for the vaccine for this variant, but won't it be the case that this variant will have, we've moved on to another variant by the time the next one comes out? So it seems like it's a constant game of musical chairs here with the vaccines.
Well, we have 99% Delta. Our current vaccines are not keyed against Delta, so they're having a terrible time in terms of getting control of. We're now starting another Delta peak right now, and I think it's premature to try to jump on this variant until we have a chance to see. The initial read is low transmissibility. By the way, this arose among those who are vaccinated travelers crossing across Botswana, so I think it's clear now that this variant is an evolutionary mistake that arose within the vaccinated.
The evolutionist states that Esau can keep the story together. But Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. This is a quick show through the spirit. Don't want to this don't get strike down, but whatever. It is what it is sometimes. But as you could clearly see, like the brother had put, divided. This is a divided states. All right, in one hand you have Dr. Death down here, this guy down here, saying that he is science. And in the other hand, this guy, let me take this off. This guy that represents science now is being caught out there, and he's finding a purpose again. This is the same thing that they did with the Delta, the same thing with the Lambda. I completely forgot about the Lambda. Then the Mu, the Mu, then the Nu, now the B11, whatever, Omicron, which probably is a Decepticon, for all we know. Probably greater than Unicron himself. But all these things, this consistent changing of the guard, consistent ups and downs. Now they want to put more rules and regulations and so forth. Shows that this so-called white man is a devil, man. All right, he is a devil, and we're not fooled by you. We see right through your BS. Even you can't even get your facts right. It's bad enough you the so-called white man is a goddamn liar. But he can't even get his facts right with his own lies. All right? And I guarantee the elites are probably tired of lying too much too. Because they can't keep up with the lies. But they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. Matter of fact, hold on. That wasn't part of my list, but hey, it comes to mind, so it comes to the spirit. Revelations 20 and 4, I believe. No, 5. No, 8. Revelation 28. And there shall go out. Matter of fact, I'll start at 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And that took place from 93 AD to 1353 when the Ottoman Turks came into power. They was in prison. Esau was in prison. He was not in rulership. He was not the dominant power. And it's obvious though. It's clear as day, because right after he came out of power, the first thing that was recognized in his history is called the Renaissance, the rebirth. All right, the rebirth of what? Rebirth of his rule, the Roman Empire. But reading on, it says, and they shall go out to deceive the nations. All right, this old serpent, this devilish bastard. All right, his power is to deceive the nations, even his own people. And it's clear as day, he's deceiving people, and people are falling for his things, but not everybody. Is only you could lie for so long while somebody realizing that you're lying. So in order to keep their lie going, brother, I put in the group chat, since we can't, a lot of things we can't put out information no more because the lies is there. Now, I'm not even making mention about anything with this thing, if it's good or not, whatever. I'm just making mention of the fact that they're lying about something. All right, because with this devil, you can't even say certain things the way you want to say it because of the algorithm. All right, so he went to deceive the nations. So one lie after another lie and so forth, and he has the world in the palm of his hands. So they could believe whatever they want to believe. Brother, I put up a video with Rand Paul. He got his own radio show, and he was talking about Greece, how in Greece, anybody that's 60 years old that doesn't have gotten that, you know what, they're gonna get fined $160, no, $180. Oh no, sorry, $118. All right, and they can barely afford that. Okay, but the lies that keep on is catching up to them. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11 to the point. It says, at least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And this masterful plan is part of his devices. All right. I gotta bring this out. No. There's another one. You get that real quick. Psalms 58. Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They're like the deaf adder stopping for air. And why is a serpent? There's some serpents that kill you right away with their venom, and some it takes a while in order to kill you. And this devil has the power of a serpent. All right, he's slowly killing these people, and now anything that happens medically, he's blaming it on that thing. But when it comes to every other problems that a person have, heart attack, palsy and all that, they would just say like it's some natural thing. All right, he's a liar. He's a father of it, and he's keeping this lie going. This strong delusion going, because it's in the power of his hand. All right, it's in the power of his hand, and without these lies, a lot of these people will not be in the position that they are. I was watching Rand Paul's video today, and he made a mention of something. How the TSA is seeking to have more power. TSA is the security in the airports. Now, TSA never really existed like that until, I believe, 9/11. They always existed, but not to this point of the way they have power in the airport. Now, you are a law-abiding American citizen. I just experienced that when I was going to Miami. A law-abiding American citizen, but you get treated like the world's worst criminal possible just to go within the states. All right? And what they're seeking is more power. And how would they seek more power? How did they receive all that power? Through something that was fake. And that's how Esau gets down. He, through his lies, through his illusion. Just like that was on the Trump administration. He empowered ICE, all right, to get rid of the immigrants. And they had great power. To go back in time, this not the Teamsters, they call them damn people, Elliot Ness. Anywho, they started a whole different branch that's dedicated for bootleggers, people that was selling liquor, and the whole prohibition, and how much people died for something that's right now is legal. All right. So this man is, everything that he does do is detriment. It's pain. It kills you later. Hey, there's a show on Netflix, Narcos, and what was it, season 3, I believe, or when it was talking about the Mexican cartels, and people got killed just for weed. Now, weed is a herb, of course. It's like cocaine is a herb, but there was being misuse. But this same drugs, where massive people was getting killed for, people's livelihood was being destroyed, and whose policies was running all these things? Esau. All right. Okay. Esau, that devil, because he's a liar and he's a father of it, and his poison, his evil ways is manifest, man. He changes his laws like it's nothing. Matter of fact, it was another scripture that came in mind. I'm gonna make this short. I think it's Isaiah, Psalms 55. Well, yeah, that's not the one I was looking for, but he put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He have broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter. Yeah, because it's all about, they care about you. They care about your well-being. They care about if you live or die. And really, the same video I just showed, they showed about, I think it was Pfizer CEO, basically saying this thing is going to be all year round because it benefits them. They can make money off of this. All right? So he's going to package the deal perfectly so that people could have their guards down. It says, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. And right now we've seen them drawing swords because the more things is happening, the more draconian the laws become. And the more draconian the laws become, the more pain and suffering of the people. All right? Biden's about to give the IRS, the biggest gangsters in America, he's going to add more soldiers to that. And what they're going to do, they're going to hunt every single citizen down. So we're living in a time of great oppression. We're living in a time of Jacob's trouble. We're living in a time of all hell is about to break loose. Because this devil is conducting a massive plan for war against his own citizens. All right? Which entails show you that he has no good intentions for anyone. Because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. It says, cast thy burdens upon the Lord, he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. And our source, our resource of our problems to alleviate the pain is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which the devil is going to try to remove from the mouths of our people. Lock him. All right? Because he knows what's coming. All right? This is all informational war, but the word the scripture I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find it. The enemy. Sorry. Is it the enemy or the enemy? Sweet. Let's see. Nope. I can't, damn. You know something's in your mind. It's alright, it's alright. It's okay. Let me get another precept and I'm ending off on this. One of my favorites. Isaiah 32:5 says, the vile person should no longer be called liberal, nor the true should be bountiful. Liberal means noble. If I'm not mistaken, churl, the same thing. Oh, sorry, scoundrel. Alright? So, we live in a society where the vilest person is in power. And then the most righteous people are in the lowest position. Ecclesiastes 10 chapter. Seeing servants upon horses and princes that's walking as servants. Alright? For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity. And this thing that we seen is it's not a masterpiece. This is a crappy movie, but it's working. All right, it's working because Esau's black magic. All right, it's the only way you can really explain the stupidity of the people is years of stupidity, and at this highest level of witchcraft. Okay, because they're speaking. Truly, they want to come down hard on everybody. They want to be like Australia, Austria, Canada, European countries. They want to do that here. And they're going to get to that level. That's why they're shutting down certain places. And one of the main places, they're shutting down any flights that's coming from this. But yet, the first person that received this transformer, all right, well, actually, this Decepticon, all of a sudden just popped out after the fact they just make mention of it. So they're trying to rush this thing. It says, to practice hypocrisy and utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instrument also of the churl are evil. And this is all part of his instrument, because it's all going to lead to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Verse 16. All right. And I've seen another video brother had put up. Can't even say that, but those specific words. This is amazing. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak of right. All right. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. And the liberal things is what? The scriptures. And who stand by it? The prophets of the Lord. All right? It's the truth. Because the truth is flourishing now. Something that has been lacking so much in the society is flourishing. Simultaneously, as much as great good things is coming in the world, evil things is propping up by evil beings. All right? So with that being said, something real quick to the spirit. Shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.